Hello, Frugal Force. Once again, this is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and I'm in this video. I'm going to review Iceman number 5. Now, before I do, I just want to mention, if you enjoy this video, please be sure to hit like and subscribe and hit that bell. Otherwise, you probably won't get any notifications because YouTube's that way. Also, if you want to help support me, because if you notice, I do not run any ads on YouTube, go over to my VidMe channel. You can just put in Captain Frugal there in the search, you'll find me, and you can leave a tip of anything you want or subscribe for as little as $1 a month. So also, if you enjoy this, make sure you check out our webpage with other reviews and things like this at thehenchmanslounge.com. Now that we got that out of the way, let's jump into Iceman number 5. Iceman number 5 was just published on the 6th of September of 2017. Its writer was, I think it's Sina Grace, that's how it's pronounced, Sinagrace, and the penciler is Alessandro Vitti. Once again, I butcher names. And the cover artist, though, is Marco Di Alfonso. Okay, so anyway, this book, diving in. Well, if you've read my last review of Iceman, I will say Iceman has picked it up a little bit. The previous issue was pretty good and gave me some hopes. And unfortunately, this book dives back into tropes and things and goes back onto what its biggest problem is making Iceman a one-dimensional character. His parents in this book are, the writing about his parents is just absolutely horrid. They act like this book took place 60 years ago. I'm sorry, people just aren't like this today. They're not all, being gay is the worst thing on earth. They're just not like that for the majority. Now, you go, well, maybe these aren't the majority, but I ask you this. These are the same parents that openly accepted him as a mutant, and they didn't have any problem with it. Ultimately, had no issue with that. No problem accepting him, but they have an issue accepting him being gay. Let me ask you, does that make any sense to you at all? It just doesn't. His parents have never been written that way, like it'd be a problem. All right, so that was really the dialogue with that. It was the majority of the book, and that's my biggest complaint about it, is it was really poorly done. I don't think it was well in being character. I mean, really, you could be a mutant, it was fine, but they had an issue with that. It just didn't make sense. And then on top of that, some of the dialogue was like, well, have you been, when the mother asked him, has he ever been with a man? And he said, well, no. But so he couldn't possibly be bi, because he mentioned, well, why do you think I never, stuck around with these girlfriends? So because you can't keep a girlfriend means you're gay now? But yet he's never been with a man. Could he have been bi? I mean, who knows? It just really has a lot of misfires in that area. And that's part of the problem. This character is more than just his sexual orientation. That's my biggest flaw with a lot of these SJW books, and particularly this book. It's all written about his sexual orientation. And I will say the artwork was mediocre. It was okay, but nothing bad. An interesting take on how they drew the Juggernaut with a new kind of outfit. That was interesting. I sort of liked it, so I have no complaints about that. And the art was decent, as I said. It's nothing to give it a prop for, but nothing to come down on it either. It's just ultimately this book focuses too much on one note, making him a one-dimensional character, and that's not what people want to read. They want more about that. There's no books about a guy being hetero, and the whole point is he's hetero, and I wouldn't want that either. That would be boring and ridiculous. A person is much more than their sexual orientation. Why don't they show that? Bobby, he has a long-going history in the books. Why not use that? You can keep the sexual orientation part in there too, sure, but it doesn't need to be the primary focus for 5 issues straight. Just overall, this book left me once again cold. So what are your thoughts? Does this book focus on just one thing and make him a one-dimensional character, or am I misfiring here? Is there something I've missed? I know there was some disagreement with me on my last review of the first book, but ultimately, I see it was too much on that. Oh, by the way, the fight scene in the book was pretty decent, and it shows some of the power level, finally, of Iceman, which is funny. He could fight with Juggernaut in this, but in the previous books, a regular dude he had a hard time with. So once again, a little bit of out of character there. So what is your thoughts? Do you think this book is going off the rails? Do you think it's going to make it? Am I completely wrong? Let me know in the comments. Or am I maybe even being too nice? I don't know. What's your views on this? Do you think this is a good book? Should I continue reading issue 6? Let me know in the comments too, as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, keep it frugal.